Help! 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 This is Zimbabwean cricket. Help! Oh, sorry. I was just trying to understand the famous Urdu couplet "Parda ke piche kya hai," and then I realized it's me. Century of Cricket podcast time. Let's start with this. Sledging. Hanji, sledging is an age-old tradition in cricket. Every time it happens on the field, the gully cricketer and me and everyone around the country feels excited and has a smile on their face. So in today's episode, we are going to take a look at some of the best sledging stories from the world of cricket.
It's in the air. It's a six.
Hello and welcome, but not the film, back to another episode of the Century of Cricket podcast brought to you by IDFC First Bank. I am your host, Cyrus Broacha. Now let's start off by a light-hearted sledging incident which happened between Dilip Doshi of India and Javed Miandad of Pakistan. Dilip was making his comeback after a very long time, left-arm orthodox, in the test match against Pakistan in 1983 at Bengaluru. Javed Miandad came to bat and was constantly trying to step out and only defend the ball when Dilip was bowling. But after each ball, Miandad would call him and say, "Hey Dilip, tera room number kaun sa hai?" Dilip ignored him for the first few times and Miandad continued every time. "Hey Dilip, tera room number kaun sa hai?" Again Dilip got annoyed after a point and asked Javed, "Why are you asking me that?" To which Javed Miandad replied, "Room number bata na, main wahan pe six marunga." You get it? That's called Sledging Brother. What makes this story perfect is that despite Miandad's numerous attempts at messing with Dilip's head, he couldn't get a six of Dilip Doshi's deliveries and suddenly the ball didn't reach Doshi's room. Oh, more importantly, Dilip Doshi, proud Hindustani, never gave the room number. He never told him. He could have, but he didn't. Let's take a look at what the good boys of Mumbai Indians think of sledging and if they themselves enjoy sledging.
To be fair, I've not received a lot of sledging and I don't believe in doing a lot of sledging because I don't know what is the reason, but maybe if usually the bowlers are guilty of doing the sledging.
If someone is sledging, I would love to sledge back.
I feel रोहित भाई सब कुछ कवर कर लेते हैं माइक में तो किसी को और कुछ बोलने की ज़रूरत नहीं पड़ती है और sledging I mean first class cricket में मिला है लोगों को बहुत but अभी it's become a little more friendly.
Anyway, the next sledging story is one of my favorite ones. Dangerous show to do. This happened during India's controversial tour to Australia in 2007-2008. Michael Clarke decided to chirp and sledge towards the master blaster Sachin Tendulkar. Clarke said, "Mate, you're too old. Forget about cricket, mate. You need to go." Tendulkar, being his calm self, ignored it, but Sehwag heard that and did not sit well with him and he got a little furious. So Sehwag, in his typical swag, decided to school the young Aussie. Sehwag knew that Clarke's pet name was Pup. Pun very much intended. And that was enough ammunition for Sehwag. He went up to Clarke and said, "Hey, your friends call you Pup, right?" So Clarke said, yeah, mate, yeah. And Sehwag said, "Hey, which breed?" With a baffled and defeated face, Clarke went back to his fielding position. Now, these are just some of my favorite sledging stories from the world of cricket because there's an element of humor in all of them. Not all are as funny or lighthearted as these. Some are very nasty. Oh, just like the forex charges on international trips. They're so sneaky. And because I'm old, I always forget that they exist. But now, I'm also very smart. I use IDFC First Bank's First Wow credit card, which has zero forex charges. More details will be in the description and you let me know what is your favorite sledging story of all time in the comments. Before we end the episode, a quick alert from IDFC First Bank about scammers impersonating law enforcement officials. Scammers pretend to be police or other officials demanding personal information or payments. So please always remember that real officials won't ask for sensitive information or payments over the phone. Verify their identity by contacting the agency directly. Never ever share personal details or transfer money to unknown callers and protect your information. I have some more information. It's time for me to say bye. That brings us to the end of this episode of the Century of Cricket podcast brought to you by IDFC First Bank. And I will see you next time. This one was sledging. There you go.
What are you wearing? What's that t-shirt? Is that a t-shirt? Is that a shirt? What are you doing?
You're mentally disintegrating me. I don't feel like doing this show. What are you doing here? Stop sledging here.